Hi there, it's Matt Fraser, the Medium, and I want to wish you a happy Valentine's Day. And I know that so many of you today are spending time with those you love and care about, and I also want to remind you that those that you love in spirit are with you as well. But also what I'm tuning in to remind you about is that those that you not so love in spirit are with you at the same time. So have you ever wondered what happened to the people that you didn't get along with, that you had issues with here in this world, unresolved issues? They died, they went to the other side, now what? What happened? Are they with you? Are they watching over you? Maybe you've been thinking about them lately. Maybe they've been on your mind and you're wondering, God, are they around me? Why am I thinking about them? Why are they popping into my mind? Why couldn't I resolve things with them here in this world? Well, I thought that Valentine's Day would be a wonderful time to talk about this topic because love is the glue that keeps you connected with those on the other side, both those that you love and those that you didn't really love that much, or maybe you did love them, but you had a lot of heaviness in your heart because you had disagreements here in this world that you never got to apologize or make amends with, or maybe they never got to apologize to you, or you never got to forgive them. Well, if that's the case, this message is for you today, because I want to talk about forgiveness, and I want to talk about your loved ones on the other side who maybe you had some disagreements before they left. A lot of times this happens with ex-husbands, step family. It could happen with maybe mothers, brothers, sisters, fathers, anybody who you have ever had a disagreement with that went to the other side that you were unable to resolve here in this world. I have news for you, is that even though that disagreement was unable to be settled here in this world, it was settled in the next. The best thing about heaven is that the moment that you transition over, you leave behind all of the sadness, all of the guilt, all of the anger, all of the resentment, and your eyes open to a brand new world. I have had the honor of giving so many messages to those people here in the physical world who have lost a loved one that they never really got closure with due to an argument or a disagreement here in this world. And the messages pretty much remain the same, is that the moment that someone goes to the other side, it's that they have to make amends with those here in the physical world. The anger gets left behind, the grief gets left behind, so that this way their heart is filled with peace and their heart is filled with happiness the moment they make their transition over. Much as though when somebody makes their transition, they let go of illness and they let go of the trauma or the suffering that they had, they also let go of the emotions here in this world. But unfortunately, the problem is that many of us here in this world are left with those emotions. We're left still with wondering, is our loved one in heaven mad at us? Why did they treat us the way that they did? Do they know the way that they treated us? Or maybe you treated somebody unfairly or unkindly because you thought, for example, that they did you wrong and later on found out that they didn't. Well, one of the things that I have to tell you is that it is never too late to talk to somebody in heaven. They hear you all the time. They hear your thoughts, feelings, and emotions. And even those in heaven, when they pass who didn't get along with one another, get along in heaven. Because part of that transition process is that in order to make it to the other side, and in order to make it to heaven, you have to let go of all of those emotions, or else it wouldn't be heaven after all. It'd be like living here in the physical world. And it always is surprising to many people that I read for when I tell them that their mom and dad are together after they had a divorce, and that they're enjoying each other's company in heaven, or they made amends with each other in heaven. And all the time I get that response where someone's like, not my mother and father, they couldn't stand one another. Well, the thing is that they don't bring those arguments to heaven. They're resolved before they even enter the door to heaven. And that's the wonderful thing about the other side, is that all disagreements and arguments are taken care of the moment that you walk through heaven's doors. And it's a message to all of us here in the physical world, is that if they can overcome those arguments and grief on the other side, then we should be able to as well before we make our transition over. And one of the things that I have to tell you is that even if you did not feel a love from someone in your family here in this world, know that they are still watching over you. The reason why they've been on your mind, you've been thinking about them, or maybe you've been feeling their presence, is because they're trying to get through to you. They're trying to apologize. They're trying to make amends with you and let you know that they're sorry for the way that they have treated you. They're sorry for the pain that they had caused you, and that they are on the other side as one of the ones who are guiding you and watching over you to try to go and pay it forward by helping you out here in the physical world. A lot of times when our loved ones make their transition over and they see the pain that they had caused us due to the disagreements on their end, they work with us to try to help us here in this world. They do good for us in a different way. A lot of those who had caused us so much pain will go to the other side and help us on our journey through life as a way to give back for the pain and the suffering that they had caused when they were here. It's very, very common. And it's probably the reason why you might be getting dreams of them, or you might be getting signs, or things or coincidences might be happening that catch your attention and make you think about them. I feel like coincidences just don't happen, at least not in my world anyway. And every coincidence is actually a sign from heaven. It's a way that someone in heaven is using to get your attention, or trying to get you to pay attention. One of the things that I have to tell you is that as you think of your loved ones and your family on the other side today, know that they're also thinking about you. Some of the reasons why random memories will pop into your head, or random times that you spent with them will pop into your head, is because of the reason that they're also thinking about you in heaven during that exact same time. And I like to believe that when memories come into your mind that you haven't thought of, or maybe you hadn't remembered in years and years and years and years, and suddenly you get a memory from 20 years ago or 30 years ago, or something that was long forgotten, that was not just a memory. It was almost like a postcard that was sent to you from heaven. It was your loved one saying, do you remember this time? Or do you remember when we did this together? Or do you remember when we had this much fun with one another? I believe that that's like receiving a letter from heaven. It's your loved one's way of letting you know that these are some of the memories that they're holding on to in heaven as well, getting you to think the same way. And one of the things that I can tell you about is that the more that you communicate and talk to those on the other side, the more that you're able to go and communicate with them, the more that you'll see signs from them, the more that they'll reach out to you, and the more that you'll feel connected to them on the other side. One of the biggest misconceptions is letting go. Everybody is always afraid to let go because they feel as though that letting go means that you let go of your loved one, when in fact it's just the opposite. Letting go doesn't mean you let go of your loved one. It means that you let go of the sadness, the anger, the hurt, the resentment, anything that you're feeling towards them. There's a saying that goes that forgiveness is the greatest gift that you can give yourself. And that does ring true. Many times those on the other side say to me to tell their family and to tell their loved ones to please forgive themselves, not to feel the pain or anger or sadness over their passing, because they're past it now on the other side. So if your loved ones in heaven aren't feeling any pain or any sadness or any grief or any remorse or any hurt, then why should you be carrying that guilt or that feeling here in this world? Their message to you today is to celebrate today's holiday like you would any other holiday, to put a smile on your face, to laugh, be merry, be happy, and to know that their love for you is eternal and never ending. Know that they're so happy on the other side to be able to watch over you, to be able to help you on your journey here through life. And what they're hoping by you hearing this message today is that you'll also embrace their spiritual connection and know that where you go, their soul goes with you. You are never alone, no matter how many people you lost within your life. In fact, you're very blessed because all of those people become your spiritual guides, helping you here in the physical world. So I want to let you know that during this Valentine's Day, not only are your loved ones here in the physical world thinking about you, and am I thinking about you, but your loved ones on the other side are thinking about you as well. So I want to wish a happy Valentine's Day to you from all of them, and also let you know that all of your loved ones are there, even the ones that you really don't like to think about.